Sup, Nerdmigos? I'm the Jive Talking Nerd, John Norgrove. We've got Wife here. We're here for another review Jive. The other day, we watched Dark Phoenix, which is the last X-Men movie from this run of X-Men movies. Run.
Yeah. Although, coincidentally, the Phoenix one was the last one of the previous run in the 90s.
Phoenix ruins fucking movies.
It does. It really does, dude. Yeah.
So, I'm going to read the thing. We have opinions about this movie. Let me fucking tell you.
I got a lot
The X-Men face their most formidable and powerful foe when one of their own, Jean Grey, starts to spiral out of control. During a rescue mission in outer space, Jean is nearly killed when she's hit by a mysterious cosmic force. Once she returns home, this force not only makes her infinitely more powerful, but far more unstable. The X-Men must now band together to save the world, to save her soul, and battle aliens that would use the Grey's new ability to rule the galaxy. I mean, that's technically correct.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what the fuck's going on with this. All right. So, the plot of this movie is that when Jean Grey was a kid, she killed her parents. There's going to be spoilers in this. I don't fucking care. This movie's awful. So
it's also been out for like a while, guys.
Yeah, it's mostly that it's awful.
Yeah.
So Jean killed her parents by using her mind powers when she was a kid, and then
she didn't do it on. She didn't kill them on purpose.
It was just an accident, right? And then when her dad her mom died, and her dad was like, I don't want this girl anymore. So Xavier took her on, right? And in the process of doing so, he hid the accident and her dad rejecting her from her mind. And then she is in space doing some space stuff and gets attacked by the Phoenix
force
cloud of colors, and then she breaks through those barriers that he put in her mind, and she starts going bananas because, she's never had to cope. Now she remembers that she killed her parents.
And that her dad is alive.
Yeah, and so now she just wants to murder shit about it, or whatever. It's really just undirected rage. And then come to find out there were some aliens watching all this happen, and the aliens come down, and they also want the Phoenix Force.
But they want it for their own purposes.
Yeah.
Which are not necessarily aligning with the X-Men's purposes. Mm-hmm. And then, Jean decides to give some of her powers to the aliens, because they kind of, coerce her into doing it.
Yeah, the aliens basically are just like, hey, this ultimate superpower is the one that, ruined your life, right? Maybe you give it to us. Maybe we fix things. And then, while she's giving it over, the alien evil speeches, evil bad guy speeches to Xavier, and it's just we're gonna use this and fucking totally destroy your planet, so you should probably suck some dicks about that, I guess, huh?
Yeah, we hate you guys, humans are the worst, we don't like Earth.
But then, at the end, Jean Grey kills the alien by transmitting 100% of the Phoenix Force in her.
To the alien.
Yeah, but the alien was trying to take 100% of the Phoenix Force. The only reason why it stopped was because Cyclops blasted her with the laser beams.
Yeah.
With the eye lasers. So that is a little fucking dumb.
But Jean was like, you wanted it?
Yeah.
Now you
can have it! And then flies her up into space and then blows her up into giant bird smoke. And then theoretically Jean Grey lived.
Well, they both kind of explode, and that's the only time that you see the Phoenix as those who have read the comic and are familiar with the cartoon have seen. That is the only time they show it. Let me tell you guys, Phoenix is my favorite comic book character. Not Jean Grey, but Phoenix is my favorite character, because Phoenix is a very definite personality to it, and that is total destruction and vindictiveness. It's fun. I like it. I love it. In fact, I've done some Phoenix cosplays professionally. And it is a goddamn shame seeing how movies ruin the Phoenix. X-Men 3 was not great. The way that they made Jean Grey look in there as the Phoenix was dope. The way that they made Jean Grey look in this movie as the Phoenix is arguably doper.
Listen, I'm not saying that the CGI and the graphics in this movie aren't literally, blood-curdlingly good. I mean,
they're top-notch.
Some of the shit that is happening in this movie, you're like, how the fuck Like, it's amazing graphics, right? The graphics are fucking tits on, right? The use of practical makeup for the, like, 3 mutants that don't look perfectly human is good. Honestly, I feel like it was a little cheapened, but from the previous movie, but that's fine, whatever. We'll get into that. But, like, the CGI was great, and for the theoretical most part, the acting was great.
Except Sophie Turner. I'm really not a fan of her.
I mean, I don't
really like her acting.
I don't think that she did a good a job as she could have, but I also don't think that she was given enough of a character to fully act it out. Just like how in the beginning, Sansa was sort of like a shit character.
Yeah.
Right? And not until the end did you really get to see her become like a whole person with more than a single thing to define her. I think that she benefits from acting for a full character, and this Jean Grey is, I killed my mom, my dad doesn't love me, because of the scared monster killy thing. So I'm just gonna murder everything. That's it. That's her fucking raison d'etre for the whole movie. Before that she kills her mom thing, there's like a throwaway, like, this is gonna be safe, right? And the fucking blue chick's like, yes, and she's like, all right, that's it. That's the end of my character right there. Yeah. She's just like flat as a board, just deadpan.
Yeah.
Even in like Phoenix Rage mode, it's like not that fucking good.
And even her Phoenix Rage mode didn't have a lot of like really cool or crazy
she really
things
never even
that
used
she
the
did.
power like
she never
dopely.
really even like used the power. In that respect, I would have to say that X-Men 3 X3 did a better job at Jean doing the Phoenix thing. Well, because there was some crazy things they did
Phoenix is a better character in X-Men 3.
Yes.
All right.
That's true.
Okay, but also X-Men 3 is just a fucking better movie than this movie.
And that's saying a lot.
Full period. And X-Men 3 is the worst of those 3 X-Men movies.
Yeah.
So
you guys remember the fight at the end at Alcatraz? It was awful.
This movie
managed to somehow be worse.
So dumb. There's so many times. I mean, like, there's a point in time where a no-name sidekick, I guess she has some sort of mind control powers, fucking telekinetic, like, super friend of Magneto, is able to, like, match telekinetic powers with fucking Charles Xavier, which
shouldn't happen.
Fucking insane. A creative way to get rid of the fucking teleporty guy for a little bit. Nightcrawler, thank you. Would have been significantly more appropriate than like she's holding him back and he's holding her back, and they just keep flashing back every once in a while, like every 5 minutes during this fight scene, they flash back.
They're like, hey, remember
he's like
still...
this. And then she's like this, and Nightcrawler's just like kind of doing whatever,
he's just like
and he's just like, I'm holding her, I can't hold her off. I don't know, we need some help. And I'm like, you're fucking the X in X-Men. You're the guy.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man? Honestly,
you're the one they named a school after.
Best character in this movie, motherfucking Magneto.
You know what? I feel like all of the new series of X-Men
new movies,
are very much that way, in that Magneto is the best character.
The best character in all 3 of these movies is the one throwaway scene with Wolverine. Where he just tells him to fuck off. Because what we should have done from that is realize that he wasn't talking to the characters in that movie. He was talking to the audience about ever watching any more of his fucking asshole movies. So that's on us for not paying attention.
They also didn't try to loop anything together with the time loop, because if you guys remember in X-Men 2 of the newer series, it's like a time loop and everything's like the same universe.
It's not. We're not doing
but
that.
like
that's not
they didn't seem to. It doesn't.
No.
It doesn't tie up anywhere.
It was a loop, and then when we got back to the bottom of the loop-de-loop, we're on the Hot Wheel track still, so we don't have to worry about that.
It doesn't math.
Yeah, I feel like there was a lot of... So, small things that we do know about the movie, right? We do know that the ending of the movie was, like, basically rewritten at the last minute, because they were originally supposed to end in a giant space battle where she uses the Phoenix Force to rocket around in space and blow up all the alien ships because they were going to be, like, invading or whatever the fuck, right? But then come to find out... Marvel was doing the exact same thing for Captain Marvel, which Captain Marvel's one of my favorite Marvel comic book heroes, and that movie is a literal piece of human fucking garbage, and anybody who likes that movie is wrong. It's just an awful goddamn fucking movie. And we should be apologized to for it. But, so they had to redo it. It's just like how the aliens in this one are never named, but were originally supposed to be the Skrull. Again, Captain Marvel did it.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know if this was like Disney stole from Fox, or Fox stole from Disney, or it's just like dumb minds think similarly fucking stupid.
Well, I think
or whatever the fuck.
I think really the problem is that they choked, and they did the same thing that they did with the Green Lantern movie, because the Green Lantern movie was...
That's not true, because the Green Lantern movie is a good movie.
Was set up to be great, right? Yeah. But then they choked, and they made the ending of it, and they made some of the individual pieces of it flat and lifeless and not fun, except, of course, for Ryan Reynolds, because he is a gem in everything he does.
Yeah. Gift from God.
But they basically did the same thing, where they were like, they like pitched like, hey, let's do this really awesome movie. There's like space and there's aliens. We know people are into that, and comic book movies are super hot right now. But then the studio was like, yeah, go ahead. And then they were like, no, at the last minute.
Well,
and
they were basically, they had to make another one. As far as the way that it's been explained to me, or that I've seen online, is that they had to make another one due to like their weird contracty bullshit. All the actors were signed up for 3, as well as the studio had to do another one to help with the whole like trying to have Disney, because Disney was trying to buy the rights for that shit back from Fox, and so it was like a whole bloody thing. And so this was basically a lowest common denominator, just get it out and get it done so we don't have to fucking think about this anymore sort of a movie. And you can tell that it's not only is it written that way, it's directed that way, it's shot that way. This is, like, graphically amazing. The actors in this are good actors, but there's just none of the plot matters. It's fucking whatever. At no point in time, there's like one scene where they're like, who are you? And the alien's just like, it's not important. That's it. That's all you got.
Well, and it didn't feel like there was really any consequences for anything.
No, there's no consequences. The power levels were just fucking...
all over the place.
Everywhere. All over the place. Right? It's insane. Just the level of like, oh, well, you could do this here, and you can do this here. The final scene is like her, like, using her power to try to defeat the alien, and... all of the good guys are like spread out around the circle of her like power swirly thing, right? And of course, as we're watching this, I'm like, that fucking son of a bitch is gonna try to touch it, because Cyclops is a moron in this movie, and Cyclops just walks up and he's like, Jean, and just puts his hand in like whirling plasma.
He's like more of a moron than he normally is.
No, he's like ultra stupid in this, and then his hand starts to like fucking disintegrate, and he's like, what are you doing? Like we're all family or some bullshit, because I guess family was the theme of this, sort of. And so the bad guy's just like, what are you gonna do to kill me? You're gonna have to kill everybody. And then Jean Grey flies up into space, and it's like, that was always an option. One, she didn't have to go all the way to space. She could have just gone a little bit up. Two, why would they even be concerned about her going into space? The fucking opening scene for the movie is goddamn Teleport Boy jumping her into a spaceship that is fully open to the vacuum of fucking space. He has a helmet duct taped to him. This bitch is just okay in hard vacuum.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, the Phoenix Force explosion? Like, we just saw her, like, disintegrate motherfuckers with her hands. Alright? She was in space, sans this new quantum hyperpower bullshit. It was... There's no hardship. At no point in time are you just like, oh man, maybe they're not gonna make it. You're like, of course this is what's gonna happen. Of course this is what's gonna happen. From fucking stem to stern on this movie. They just... nothing has consequences. There's no reason. This movie exists for no reason other than to exist. And honestly, it just makes for a fucking shitty viewing experience.
Yeah. Overall, if you guys want to watch...
holy shit, it was beautiful. But...
yeah. But overall, if you want to watch something that's Phoenix related, do yourself a favor and watch the cartoon.
Or read a comic.
That too. But like, if you want it to be brought to your eyeballs without any effort, watch the cartoon.
Oh yeah, they handled it like adults. I think that the blue girl dying early on was dumb.
Yeah,
I didn't
Mystique
care.
dying early was really.
I mean, listen, we know that
deflating.
Mystique dying early on was because whatever the hell her name
Jennifer
is,
Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence, didn't want to be in the movie, didn't want to do the makeup, and didn't want to have to deal with all that shit. Totally reasonable, right? But like, it was this like Hank, wait, you know. And so, you know, she's trying to talk to Phoenix Girl. Hey, we're all family here. We gotta be cool. Whatever the fuck. Good scene, right? Phoenix just, like, pushes her into a post coming out of a house or whatever. But it was that scene where it was, like, the impact just didn't feel heavy. Like, people were upset, but, like, I guess, were they? Right? And it was in the middle of a bunch of other shit, so it didn't even really feel like... whatever. I mean, you know,
especially for what you would consider being a main character in this reboot.
The head of the X-Men in this universe, right? I mean, Xavier owns the school and whatever the fuck, but like she is #1 in the X-Men, you know, in this part of the universe. I think that the chick who played, so that was a fucking waste. Also, she had that throwaway, like, why isn't it called X-Women? But she was there before it was called X-Men. She was part of the... Like, I understand the, like, modern social, like, why she would say that. We got a girl power, whatever the fuck, right? I get that. But in story, she was there when it was just a bunch of assholes, and then it became a group of mutants saving people and a school, and... whatever, like, fucking 10, 20 years later, now she's bringing up that she wants it to be renamed to Charles.
She didn't want it renamed. She was just being... being argumentative.
But for no reason, because she was there at the inception of it. Right? That's sort of like, why did you buy this house that you're the one that bought?
You don't understand why she did that. She did that because, like, Jean saved a bunch of people, she saved a bunch of people, the guys were basically worthless, so she's, like, sending out barbs. She's not like, let's actually rename it.
Yeah, but even that, like, oh, like, Jean saved the craft, but, I mean... bloody, what's his name, the fucking Banff guy, is the one who actually saved the people. The whole thing was, like...
she's just getting into fights.
It felt like... hey, we need to reshoot a couple of scenes. Let's throw this one in. Like it had nothing to do with nothing, and then the next scene was something else.
Yeah, it felt unnecessary and inflammatory.
Also, she was argumentative in that scene and in one other scene.
And she wasn't.
Right? It's just like Beast Man, whatever the fuck his name is. Beast was argumentative in one scene, and then argumentative in another scene, and the rest of the movie very willing to go with Xavier on shit for, like, his initial anger is because he blames Xavier for the death of his love.
It felt a lot like how the reshoots in Justice League felt, where they just felt disconnected and disjointed.
Yeah, there was like 9 stories continuously happening in this. It made for a viewing experience where you're just like, oh, he's just being a dick, or like, oh, she's just angry about some stuff, whatever. You know, like it just nothing again had consequence. Nothing had value in it. It just like sort of happened on screen.
Yeah.
And we were forced to watch it for some fucking unchristly reason.
So, I would say, don't watch this. It was not worth the time.
No, not at all. Not even a little fucking bit. This is the worst.
Yeah, if you want to watch some X-Men, watch the cartoon.
Or the Deadpool movies. Those are good.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of X-Men in there. I mean, I know that Deadpool is actually an X-Man, but he is not always part of the X-Men.
Yeah.
Whereas the cartoon is specifically about the X-Men, plural. As
I would still say read the comic, but yeah, the cartoon's not bad. Oh my god, watch the Japanese cartoon. Japanese X-Men. Maybe better than the American one. I'm gonna be real with you.
No.
Yeah, it's really good.
No, that is absolutely incorrect.
Also,
nothing is better than the 90s X-Men cartoon.
Cyclops isn't a fucking little baby bitch boy in that one, which is nice.
That's untrue. Cyclops is always kind of a bitch.
You haven't seen the Japanese one, have you?
I have.
Are you sure? Are you hallucinating?
Yeah, the only time Cyclops...
the drugs in the wine turning on you?
No, sometimes...
Did I not tell you about the drugs in the wine that are turning on?
There's no drugs in the wine. The only time Cyclops isn't a bitch is in the new reboot where he kills Xavier. And that's in the comics only. That is a fantastic series. Highly recommend.
That's a pretty okay series, yeah. That's a pretty okay series. Either way, don't watch this fucking movie. But watch more of our videos about what movies to watch and not to watch. That's how you do. So, like this video, comment below, share this channel, subscribe, ring the bell, do all that kind of shit.
Who's your favorite X-Man?
Who's your favorite X-person?
Who is your favorite X-person?
Deadpool.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe Kurt. In some iterations, he's pretty badass, although in movies, he's always like a little bit of a bitch.
Yeah, I feel like they never really know what to do with Nightcrawler.
I've never been a big Wolverine fan. I don't really care for him.
Well, I mean, they
Magneto
don't really have a good track
isn't
record
in
for
X-Men,
Phoenix.
so...
I mean, Magneto is the best. Shut your fucking mouth.
No, he's not an X-Men, like the police organization.
Oh,
you know, he's a bad guy in X-Men. Is he a mutant? Yes. But
yeah,
the reason why I say Deadpool is because at least he was like on the fucking team for a little bit. You know, depending on what version of the comic books you're in, Magneto was not, or was, or whatever the fuck. I like She-Hulk too. She's a fucking badass.
She's not,
in those later ones.
I don't think she's part of the. Oh no, she is. You're right.
She runs Xavier's school after.
Only in the comics.
Only in the comics. Yeah. So I like her because she's fucking hard ass. But yeah. Probably Deadpool, just because the main roster is sort of like, Storm.
Oh, yeah.
I fucking love Storm. But again, only in the comics. They do a better job with her in the comics than anything else.
And also the cartoon.
The cartoon does an okay job with Storm.
And also I see we keep coming back to the 90s X-Men cartoon. It's the best of all of them. So, if you guys want to watch some X-Men, watch that instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for the comics. The comics are still better.
Yeah, always. The book is always better than the movie.
Most of the time. There are some instances where that's not true. But either way, I've been John Norgrove. This has been Wife. This is Review Jive. We watched X-Men, 27, The Dark Phoenix. Let's all thank whatever god you pray to, or variable gods that you pray to, that we don't have to fucking watch any more of this shit. Because goddamn, this movie was the fucking worst.
Yeah.
Holy shit. It was so bad. Just...
Yeah, it was bad.
Nightmares.
Yeah.
Nightmares.